Good afternoon for the first time in TNR Season 2, ladies and gentlemen. You join me as I taxi down the pit lane to start qualifying in formation with my Force India teammate, Moss Matty. Hopefully he and I can do a good job here in this session and start the season off well. We're coming around the last turn and across the line to set our first flying lap.
You've just put in the fastest lap. Good job.
It was provisional pole, but probably won't be good enough for pole in the end. Unfortunately, on our second fly, we went red straight away in that first complex, and that stayed with us most of the lap until this point here where I go green finally on the Delta. It was a mix of sectors that wasn't quite what we were after. In fact, HSV just about realising I was there in time to get out of the way. A little bit of a balk, but we'll see what we can set. And across the line we come. It's purple at the time, but with the glitch you never know. And in the end, we actually ended up second, very close to Wimp. Unfortunately for us though, we only had one of our best sectors on the best lap. So obviously there was potential, but Wimp did the better job. So off we go, the Ferrari man on pole. I thought he was a Mercedes guy actually. Was he in the wrong car? Who knows. Either way, he comes off to the inside. I try to get a good run. As we turn in, I'm not sure if there was a slight tap there from the Renault of Stingray. He had his nose down the inside there. He gained a position actually from 4th to 3rd. Either way, it looks like Wimp and I have settled into 1st and 2nd. Hopefully I can get past him. I'm not sure if his race pace will be as good as his qualifying pace. Either way, very impressive from him. Cutting to the fast chicane on the first lap. Have a look on the map. You can see a dot. Losing it to the right hand side on the exit. That's actually Stingray forfeiting his 3rd position and plummeting down the order. We set the fastest lap as we try and stay with Wimp. But notably, on our right hand side there, you saw that flash of yellow. That's a lap down now, Stingray, on lap 5. So he's had a horrific start to the race. Talking of horrific though, I went through this whole complex a gear lower than usual and accidentally shifted down once too many times, lost the rear. Thanks Jeff, not exactly what I need to be hearing right now. I've not made a mistake like that in a long time, and just goes to show this game a lot more difficult than last game. OP there pitted. I think he may have had damage. Anyway, we go on another few laps, but there's absolutely no grip in the rears after my spin, so I had to make an early pit stop at the end of the lap. I went on to softs. Obviously you have to try and make the one-stop work.
Go, go, go.
No other way of getting back past these guys. In fact, I actually made a bit of an undercut on some of these guys. Shuffled up the order quite nicely. P7 at the time. That would be followed up by some further cars in the pits. I think that's Mozza this time. Up to 6th. And then, of course, Honest Crook went quite a lot longer than other guys. He started on the super softs. Into the pits he went. Up into the top 5 and 10 points currently. Harry Ryan's now in the pits. We'll move up to 4th.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one?
Now we're tracking down Maznat. He's in the same compound as us, but they're 4 laps newer. So hopefully we can try and get past, but we know how difficult it is to pass in this game, especially around a track like this. And as I would find out, Maznat is a good defensive driver. And with this combination of downforce and short-ish DRS straights, very difficult to get past this dude. Look, he defends to the inside, exactly what I'd do, very good driving in fact. Comes back towards the racing line, just maintains a really good line through there, very solid driving. Nothing I could do to get past. I even had a great run after the fast chicane, but once again, he places his car really well. Bit of a lock-up, but didn't matter. The placement was almost perfect. I was right up his gearbox then. Careful not to lose my wing. Once again, very close. Unfortunately, this last turn was very difficult to stick with him because of the dirty air, and he would just drive off. There were some parts of the track that I was a lot quicker on, some parts that he would extend the gap on. Here in particular, I get quite close every lap. Obviously, not an overtaking zone, especially if he places his car in the right spot. Very late now, lap 28. Bit of a lunge. I knew, of course, that I could pull up without compromising my wing or his rear end at all. However, look in front. The two leaders have been battling and slowing each other up. I believe Stalin had damage, I'm not sure about Wimp, but either way, this is now a 4-car battle for the lead. And as the Red Bull was holding Maznat up, I finally draw alongside, and that's what it took to get past the Ferrari driver, who drove beautifully when there was no one in front of him, but when he was trying to get past into second, just gave me a bit of an opportunity, and now we have one final lap to see if we can snatch not only the podium, which we just made it onto, but second place. Stalin definitely lacking some downforce. He must have lost some of his end plates, and down the inside we just about make that braking zone. He's in fact fallen back. Okay, clear. That was from Maznat crashing. That's horrific for his race. So unfortunate to have made it so far into the race, just one sector to go. Either way, the other Ferrari crosses the line first. Big congratulations to Wimp. Very well driven. We did catch up, but obviously it was our own mistake that put us behind by that far. He deserved that. Very well driven. There we are on the podium. Hopefully we can be there another 19 times this season. There are the final results. 1 point for Stingray. Could be important by the end of the season. Anyway, I've been Jacko. See you in China.